So, vlog 7. So, basically, last weekend I didn't really go out. I didn't do as much adventure type stuff as I normally do. I just stayed in Dublin, was going to a bunch of like restaurants and pubs and sightseeing more, but I didn't really leave and it wasn't too exciting. I looked on my handy dandy suggested topics sheet for my vlogs and was looking at them, and there's one that discusses Irish stereotypes. And I thought it would be really unfair of me to discuss Irish stereotypes and put so much light on the Irish in that way without doing that to the American culture. So I went around Ireland asking people, all types of people, what they thought of Americans and whether they had been to America, and if they could go to anywhere in the States, where would it be? And so before I get into that, I'm going to talk about the Irish stereotypes. So first stereotype is the Irish drink too much. I wouldn't, okay, this is really complicated, and I'm trying to put this in like the most honest way. The Irish are not drunks. Drinking is a huge part of the culture here, mostly because the pubs are such a huge part of the culture here. I wouldn't say that the Irish drinking is a problem, but I would say that the Irish do drink a lot. Like, more than I've ever seen any other person drink. And they could easily drink anybody I know under a table. Obsessed with the weather. I will definitely say that this stereotype is true. Every time I've ever heard two Irish people conversing, or even just someone talking to me, the first thing they say is, "Oh, this weather. Oh my God, this weather." And that's very true. Everybody is, I guess it's a common topic in general in life. They hate the English. This one is not true. They, obviously over the years, there's been a lot of just like, and this goes years and years and years back, but of just like tension between the English and the Irish. But I think with time, it's not as serious. Like, if an English person walked into an Irish bar, they wouldn't be given dirty looks or like cursed out or anything like that. And then when we're watching like any type of game, like for the World Cup games, they'll root for anybody that's not English. So I guess there's a little bit, but they don't hate the English by any means. I wouldn't say hate. Hate is a strong word, but I guess there's, in a friendly way, it's like a friendly competition. On Irish time, like everybody being late or putting things off, I would say there's some truth to that. There's been a lot of times where I was supposed to meet with Irish people and they weren't on time. But then again, I'm not really on time, so who am I to say anything about that one? So maybe I just won't comment on that one. And then obviously the last one is so common, and I don't know why. Everyone's saying that all Irish people are redheads and have freckles. That is so not true. There's so many brunettes and blondes, and there's just all types of Irish people, honestly. Okay, so what I was asking people, first question was, what do you think of Americans?
Yeah, I love the US. I spent a lot of time studying in the US.
Do you think they are friendly?
I think Americans have a stereotype about being loud and obnoxious, but I'd say probably 95% of the Americans I've met haven't been loud and obnoxious. I think it's just 5% that I have met that were loud and obnoxious are the ones that I remember, and I think that might be true for everybody.
Americans are cool. I like them. My boyfriend's American, so I have to have a little bit biased. I don't think all Americans are great. Like, you obviously have some very crazy people.
I love American people because I love America.
Yeah, they're nice. We meet a lot of American people. They're not always American, though.
I guess my impression of Americans, I think I've met all different types.
Yeah.
There's some people I've met and they're just, fabulous and really well educated and just very interesting people. And then I've met some people who genuinely think leprechauns are real. And yeah, no, it happens. And then I'm like, I don't know how to react. I do think there are those few Americans that maybe live up to the stereotype of them as being a little naive.
And many who don't.
Yeah.
What I found is they are very friendly people over here,
I like America because in America everyone can think in a different way. While in Italy is not the same things.
I've met lovely Americans. I must say I have been in a position actually to live in America for a couple of years. They're lovely people, welcomed us into their homes, into their hearts.
Second question was, have you been to the States? And like, where have you been?
No.
No? And you either? No?
Yes, like I said, I spent a lot of time in Boston, Massachusetts for college, and again in the US for 9 months.
I passed through. I stopped over in Texas on my way to Guatemala. Yeah, so I was in the airport.
Okay.
Good fucking airport food. I swear to God.
I went to New Hampshire and it was very, very beautiful.
I was in the West Coast for about 3 years with my family.
I went to San Francisco, to Washington, I've been to Florida.
I haven't been to the States yet, but I have a lot of family who live over there. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll get to California in the next 2 years to visit them.
And then the third question was, if you could go anywhere in the States, where would you go?
I thought you were going to say Harry Potter World because that's where I want to go.
You like to go in New York?
New Orleans for some barbecue.
I want to see lots of places, yeah, like Orlando.
Well, I have no experience anywhere else, only the West Coast.
So you would go back to California?
I would indeed, yes, because the weather is so nice, the people are so nice.
I would go to San Francisco, my little brother is there, and I love to go and spend some time with him there.
If I came in America, I would like to go to Orange County, also in New York, because there are more fashionable shops.
I'd probably go back to San Francisco because I had the time of my life there.
Honestly, I was really surprised by all the answers. Pleasantly surprised. Like, I really thought a lot more people were going to say that Americans are arrogant and that they're really rude. And so to hear just normal people that I asked, like really random people, nobody said anything bad. And I don't know if it was just like to not say it to my face, but I like to think that they were all being honest. And I don't know, it was eye-opening to hear all the answers, I guess. So, okay, so next week, look out for the video blog. I will be filming a lot of Barcelona. So thank you for watching.
Somebody come over here and make some good barbecue, please. Because I look everywhere, like, I get it. It's ridiculous.